I think that's what made it easier for us in that time of hurt and going through all of that. Most people would just leave.
Yeah.
And they would leave bitter,
Absolutely.
right?
Sure.
And angry
Yes.
and being unforgiving. And like, I can't imagine, because I would probably still to this day be living in that bitterness and unforgiveness.
You carry that
and
to
anger.
the next
You
season.
do, you carry it. But part of the work of the Holy Spirit is, yes, I'm going to say yes, I'm going to be okay with this, but I have to renew my mind while I'm walking in obedience to the voice of the Holy Spirit. For me, the Holy Spirit plays such a huge and important role in my life. Like, I can't imagine going a day without him. And I'll share a little story real quick, and I think it's something a lot of people can relate to, and it's about hurt from someone who might be in authority over you. But several years ago, I was falsely accused by someone who was in leadership over me at a church that we were going to, and she called my husband and I in for a meeting and sat and just spewed accusations at me, even after I had said, like, none of this is true. And she just kept going and going and going. And I'm the kind of person, I'm sure I'm an Enneagram something, but I'm the kind of person that doesn't cower when I get attacked. I come out swinging. And my words aren't very seasoned with grace when that happens. And when I was sitting there in that meeting, I could feel the Holy Spirit muzzle me. And I know that's a strong word, but that's how it felt. Be quiet. Don't say anything. And he dropped Exodus 14:14 in my thoughts. The Lord will fight for you. You need only be still. And so for that hour, I sat there, complete silence. We walked out and my husband's like, are you okay? Like, who are you? Exactly. And I was like, yes, I have this crazy peace. It's going to be okay. And so for the next couple weeks, we prayed, like, okay, Lord, do we stay? Do we go? What do we do? And the Holy Spirit was so clear, and he was like, the cloud has not moved. I was like, okay, apparently we're going to be talking in the story of the Israelites going through the wilderness, cloud by day, fire by night. So every morning I would pray, God, has the cloud moved? Please, God, has the cloud moved? Is it time for us to go? And I remember the Holy Spirit was like, just be still. I will redeem and I will restore, but you need to stay silent. And that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because my natural personality is to do the opposite. A year or so later, our church was asked to be a part of a nationally touring women's conference, and I was asked to be a part of the worship team for that, which was nothing but a miracle. Well, saying yes to that opened doors to working with a ministry for women that absolutely changed my life. God has used it to just do amazing things. And then that led to me meeting Laurie and the people here at Better Together. And my life would be drastically different right now if I hadn't listened to the Holy Spirit guide me in that moment of like, be quiet. And I love how John 16 kind of lays out so many aspects of the Holy Spirit. He comforts, he guides, he counsels, he gives wisdom, right? He empowers us. It's all right there. And I think that if we can tap into the fullness of the Holy Spirit's work in our life, it allows the Lord to do so much more in us, through us, and for us when we really grab a hold of that.
That's so good.
I love
That's so good, because how many times has the Holy Spirit says, don't say that, especially like in your marriage. I mean, it's super practical. And then you say something and you think, oh, dang, that was not, I should not have said that. His job is to make us more like Jesus. I mean, we are going from glory to glory.
Good point.
And he is taking us on that journey.
So
And so
good.
it's like a school teacher. You don't go to the next grade until you pass the tests.
Right.
Now, he's going to keep bringing those tests
Love it.
and around until we get it. And he's a gentleman, so he's not forcing it, saying, you must pass this test. He's like, I'm inviting you into a better way, better life. So why don't you do it my way? And it's going to hurt the flesh.
Right.
But guess what? Because we had similar situations times 10. I think we've all been in that situation times 10. And I'm telling you, every time we've leaned into Holy Spirit saying, zip it, let me vindicate.
That's right.
I'll do it my way.
Yeah.
You watch it and I can't even make this stuff up. The way you have orchestrated. I think the Holy Spirit knows everything. He's all-knowing, right? He's God. So he knows the bigger picture. So we've just got to trust his ways. You know, people normally will talk about a gut instinct. But I think as a Christian,
that then becomes the voice of the Holy Spirit. It tunes into a greater level of instinct. It's that discernment. That's another gift of the Spirit, that spirit of discernment. Let me discern with the right, the wrong. I remember, was it Charles Spurgeon that says, you know, discernment is not just about knowing right from wrong, but right from almost right.
That's so good.
And I think that's where the Holy Spirit is like right on the money, where you're like, I could be just right, but he's like, no, I need you on course, better, right on. So,
and I think that's the beauty of how the Holy Spirit renews our mind.
Yes.
Right? Because that's something we haven't chatted about yet, I think that's what made it easier for us in that time of hurt and going through all of that. Most people would just leave. And they would leave bitter, right? Sure. And angry and being unforgiving. And like, I can't imagine, because I would probably still to this day be living in that bitterness and unforgiveness.
You carry that
and anger.
to the next
You
season.
do, you carry it. But part of the work of the Holy Spirit is, yes, I'm going to say yes, I'm going to be okay with this, but I have to renew my mind while I'm walking in obedience to the voice of the Holy Spirit. So I'm going to work on getting this bitterness out. We're still going every weekend. We're still faithfully serving in our life group. And there was no way we could have done that without the power of the Holy Spirit literally renewing our mind.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe today and you'll never miss a new upload.
And don't forget to check out our Better Together shop. Thanks for being a part of our community.